well, I never. Haven't things kicked off since our 5-1 defeat to Newcastle? Welcome back, folks. I will announce right now, today potentially could be a double upload day. 5 games left for the season. You could see them all today if you hit that 2,000 like mark. That's right. Crystal Palace and Ipswich first, and maybe later on today around 9 o'clock, Barnsley, Birmingham and Bournemouth. Triple Bs, that's right. And let's start with the fixtures. Let's go through some of the arrivals in the regenerated population, and then of course we'll talk you through the team and what's what. So since the Newcastle demolition, we turned it around a little bit. I don't know if you can say we turned it around a little bit. We've just been very average. 2 draws, 2 wins, and a defeat in there as well to Middlesbrough. Most recently, Ben Hur has been in the goals, as has Renato Welterwink. And the 2-2 to Brighton was a little disappointing, though we scored late on, so you can't complain too much. And it was a similar situation in the Wigan game. I don't think we were getting much from it. And then a Joe Holmes goal, late doors, and we got ourselves that one. Ben Hur got the goal in the Reading game, and against Leeds, it was a 3-1 win with a 3-0 up after 10 minutes. I thought it was going to be fantastic. Didn't quite turn out like that, as they got a late goal despite going down to 10 men. And then a 2-0 defeat to Middlesbrough, in which I've got to be honest, folks, we were just battered. So, we didn't really have a proper good chance in the game. So it's just 2 on target there. Weren't shown those, so might not even be true. Now, let me take you to Regen City, and you might be thinking, Ben, why are you saying that when you're in the first team squad view? Well, that's because that's where they are. It is an unprecedented level of regeneration, a level of regeneration we've never had before in terms of players coming in. Actually, let's start with the other 21s. So in terms of potential, there are certainly some names here that you don't recognise that came through and potentially could be very good. Aaron Grogan is one, maybe a friend of Ed Grogan, for those that remember, that recall all those years ago. Jerry Purdy, great name, goalkeeper, maybe could be good one day, but so far not quite 15 years of age. Stephen Slater, he's another one who's here. Paul Scott could potentially be pretty good in the future, and I guess Gareth Hunt may be the final one too, alongside the likes of Ken Salami and Reed and a few others that you've seen before. So they were pretty good. But we've got 2 people in particular, 2, not just 1, 2. One in particular, one of which is going to start today and has started the last couple of games. A left back, that's right. You can see him there in the left back spot. We'll get to him in a minute. Let's start with Ronaldo Skeet, who I think could be one of the greatest names I've ever had on Football Manager. 15 plus years, 15, 16 years of making sure our youth recruitment was good. I think we've not got anybody in the first team right now, apart from Lazaro, who's come through our academy. We've not been blessed, it's fair to say, until now. The Championship is where it happens, apparently. But Ronaldo Skeet, then, you can see, 16 years of age, English central midfielder, is already pretty well-rounded for a 16-year-old. Physically, is okay, could do a little better. Great passing already, though. Mental's already pretty good. Again, 16 years of age, he could turn into an absolute worldie for us. Need to get that determination up, needs to change his personality around a little bit, but if we can do both of those things, we're on to a winner with this guy. And now, let's get to Pierre, who is... worth noting, Pierre has played 3 matches for me. He's on a 7.25. He started well. Pierre Kungu Mbazulu, I think it's how it's said. I'm going with Pierre for now, though. I think when you get a player this good, you have to play him as much as you can. 16 years of age, already 3-star current ability, good passing, good marking, decent heading, first touch is fantastic. First touch is the best thing out of all of his technicals, which is mad for a 16-year-old, especially a 16-year-old defender. Very aggressive, great decision making, needs to up his work rate and a few other little bits and pieces. Concentration is good, but can get better, of course, and some of his physicals could improve as well, his pace perhaps, maybe. But look at it all. Pierre he's got number 33, is the most exciting prospect we've had at Thames forever. So, I mean, you compare him to Kevin Lewis, who we were sort of excited about, he's blown him out of the water, viewers. So we've now got 2 potentially good left-backs coming through the youth academy, Vokins next season. You're not going to be here, mate. I don't know how to put it any other way. Actually, he's got a contract, he might be. But yeah, drinking Pierre because... So, 5 games to go. The reason, I did say yesterday we were going to do Leeds and Middlesbrough. We didn't end up doing those games because we won 1, lost 1. But the reason for that is because we play Crystal Palace and Ipswich today. 2 sides fighting in the playoffs, and 2 tough games before we go into the Triple Bs against sides that are potentially slightly easier, although Bournemouth's one of those, so maybe not. So let's progress forward then. Let's get to the Crystal Palace game and run you through the team. So fortunately, we had an international break because before that, Ben Hur, typically in Ben Hur fashion, got himself injured for 11 days. But he's back now after a gashed upper leg. He's okay, although I'm worried that he's just straight up injury prone. And the team for today's game then, Sam Reid is back in goal for us. Mark Green was injured and Sam Reid came in and has done okay. Morris, Holmes and Edmund at the back alongside our new Pierre to sit there at left back. I don't know what to call him. If we can think of any nicknames, I can't call. Come on, come on now. I've got a welter wink to deal with at the moment. Pat Street, Casper and Conlon will be in the centre. We've got Johnson playing just in front, of course, the guy I know from Liverpool. Welter wink and Ben Hur up top then. We need more goals out of them. I've gone a little more direct. Someone advised that we should go a little less sort of tiki-taka in our approach and we should play a little bit more direct. I did that against Middlesbrough and lost, so now I'm not so sure. I guess if it's going well, we'll stick with it. If it's not, it's not. But it's to do with the fullbacks, where they're getting out of position far too often. And I'm always willing to take the feedback on board, viewers. Okay, then, here we go. It's Thames in the white and blue versus the sort of the royal blue almost, isn't it? I don't know, actually. It probably isn't the royal blue, but we'll go royal blue of Crystal Palace. Pierre has had a very good start to his Thames life, although 2 games today, as say Ipswich and Crystal Palace, not easy. I mean, we've had a host of not easy games in videos for this season, because I think there are going to be some of the more interesting ones. A bit more painful for me, though. Next season, we're just going to play all the easy matches, I think. As 90 seconds in, we had 6% possession. Right, well, there's a highlight after the goal, viewers. So we could be 2-0 down immediately. It's not the thought I should be having. As you can see, we're marching forward on this left-hand side. But it goes over to the right as Morris now. K. Morris finds Conlon in a deeper error. Casper, Street, Johnson, Ben Hur, out to Pierre. You can see why I'm calling him Pierre, can't you? Is he going to be fouled? Ball in. It doesn't quite reach the target, though. And it stays at 1-0. If they score again... Because I was going to do the Leeds game where we would 3-0 up in 10 minutes and decided, no, we'll do the last 5 because that'll be better for everyone. Better for everyone. We're 2-0 down after 3 minutes. There's another highlight, viewers. There's another... There's another highlight. We'll just see if... It's fine. Pat Street, ball in. Ben Hur rises. Well, it came out of nothing. Absolutely nothing. Great ball in from Pat Street. It was a corner that I thought, there's no chance. Anyway, we'll watch it in 3 dimensions so we can see it a bit fully. You can see Johnson with the initial corner, which was played in, headed away because it's a corner. Then Pat Street picks it up and there was a lovely ball to a floating Ben Hur. Lovely. Floating Ben Hur should definitely be his nickname. Floating Ben. I love that. Of course, the end of the season drama is potentially happening today with this double upload as well. 5 matches. You can see there's lots to play for. It's tense as it's played in. Ben Hur, what a save that is. I can't believe that's not gone in, but it's so close at the top. You could say up to Wolves right now. Nobody's safe. Johnson's got it on that right-hand side, though, and it goes out for... No, it's a free kick for some reason. Ben Hur's picked up an injury because the grass is green. Right, well, we'll see if we can get anything from this. As it's cleared away, we're going to have to build from the back. Our midfield right now, these two are a little close together. I always think about dropping the number 5 deeper, but Casper quite likes to sit in there, and it's where Johnson's movement goes. He finds a beautiful ball out to Pierre, to be fair. If he can put it into the middle, he can. Renato's there, and he's got to score. 3 clear-cut chances for us in this game so far, and we're 2-1 down. Of course, I was on the bench, so any injuries to strikers can be dealt with. It's just not ideal. I think he's got a calf strain as well. Alright, 36 minutes gone, and Thames are back on the ball again. Casper and Johnson getting each other's way almost, as Renato's tackled, and it goes all the way back. Maybe cut that as well. Holmes, are you right there, mate? Yeah, good. Finds Edmund, who has just headed it to... I mean, we can all see where this is going, can't... Well, I didn't think that's where it was going. After the first few moments, we've really come into the game, though. Lots more possession away from home against Crystal Palace. And we're not retaining possession anymore, but still having more of the ball, which is interesting. But we're 2-1 down, so it's a bit whatever. As we get close to the half-time, I guess the decision needs to be made on Ben Hur here with whether we keep him out there or not. Right, I'm going to certainly say, show me something else, and they all look fired up. Team-wise, there's a few things that are concerning me. Johnson's on a 6.5, not playing terrifically well. We could, of course, play Conlon in there and try and get more out of him. We'll just switch them out, actually. Why not? We'll see if it comes to anything. I might change him up to something else, but if we do that, let's bring McDonald on and play him as a deep line playmaker. You can do that role quite nicely. It gives Morris a bit more protection too. That left side, though, Street and Pierre love it over there. And, of course, we've got Altidal to bring on if and when. Maybe the experience of Barry McDonald. Got a lot of assists last season. Can he contribute today? Well, it's a throw-in to Crystal Palace, which is intercepted, actually, by Renato, who looks for Ben Hur, doesn't quite get there, though, and Casper will pick it up. He's been great, by the way. I mean, he doesn't play a position where he's going to absolutely shine for you, but I tell you what, he's been really, really good since he's come in, and Pierre now on that side with the ball towards Renato. Oh, he's at the bar. You can't be serious. I did a little squeal then. People have said, the best episodes are when Ben gets a little bit annoyed or exasperated. Yeah, well, that's happening yesterday and today so far, as there could be a lot more exasperation on the cards as it falls out to Saunders, who takes on his man and shoots on goal, but it goes wide. We've had the best of the game. It comes back down to it, though, that we're just, for whatever reason, we're just not clinical enough. And now we've got this awful situation where Ben Hur is injured and Renato's having a shocker. Now, what do? I think we take off. We risk Ben Hur because he's not really, he's not suffering for conditioning or anything like that. So We'll bring on Altidal as the attacking target man, and we'll just hope Ben-Hur doesn't get injured. I think that's all we can do. That's all we can hope for at this stage, viewers. So that's what we're going to go with. Oh, blimey, I'm smashing stuff around. We're still on attacking, so there's no need to change anything. As it goes into Pat Street, Conlon's there. Pierre with a first-time delivery towards... It's gone in! Tell me he meant it. Tell me he meant it. It's gone in. It's gone in. Pierre has... I don't know what he's done. It was on the volley, I think. It's just flicked. It's just... that. It's got snow on it. I can't believe it. Oh my god, it's 2-2. And Pierre has just scored. I don't know what to say. I've never seen it. I've seen crosses go in. That was a volley, viewers. That was an intentional volley. As the game's not completely over. It is now. Crystal Palace 2-2. What have we all just seen? Oh my god. I think it's the best goal I've ever seen on Football Manager. I know he didn't necessarily... No, he meant it. God damn it. If he does it again, he definitely meant it. Oh my god. Well, we come out with a point. We stay in 6th position. That Pierre goal... Of course he is. Calf strain, 5 to 8 weeks. Didn't have to come off during the game, though. No. He's fine. Leave him out there. So he's going to miss everything now, isn't he? Literally everything. Well, I'll leave him to the physio. 5 to 6 weeks. I guess we'll see, won't we? Will he be back? Will he be back for the end of the season? If we get to playoffs, will he be there? Or is it done? I mean, we've got Altidal. It's not a bad replacement. But then after that, oh no, Newcastle. Right, a week to go then. Ipswich are now in 1st position. So it's 1st versus 6th. Of course, double upload day, potential day. Could be a lot of Thames for you. Right then, folks, here we go. Game coming up against Ipswich, and obviously we're going to make that subtle change of bringing Altidal in for Ben-Hur, who's now unavailable for a period of time, so thank you to him. We can, though, bring Colin Harvey back into the fray. He's been injured for a very long time. There's definitely a potential to play him today, but I don't know if we'll risk him straight on. I think what we'll do, actually, we'll start as we are with Conlon in there, and then if it's not quite working out, much like last game, we'll bring him in to play on that right-hand side rather than McDonald, who I've got to say did all right when he came on. Right then, boys, here we go then. Playing a slightly more direct style, and actually this might suit Altidal. We'll play him as his tight man attack role because he obviously prefers that, and we'll see then. Ipswich, top of the table, very tough game, but after the last game, spirit should be high. We're at home as well, at the Riverbank, of course, so let's do the team talk. Let's get aggressive, maybe. Yeah, we could drop out of the playoff places here, anything less than a win, and they are not angry with that statement, so we're going to leave it. I was a bit hesitant considering they're top of the table. I think that was a bit much, but they I've been aggressive. They're going to put in a performance. I can sense it. Worth saying, by the way, that Palace bottled the game against us last game. Right, the first highlight of the game as Casper cleans up and Holmes finds Pierre over on this side, and Pat Street now beginning to move forward, but finds Conlon again. Out to Renato Welter-Wink here, whose shot just goes wide, and the first sign on goal is signage in our direction, or their goal's direction, maybe. I passed geography at school, so that's a shame, really. You can see there things are certainly hotting up with 3 to go. It's not like we have to win this. Again, you can't. This isn't a game you look at and go, we've got to beat Ipswich, they're top of the table. Because they're 1-0 up. So that'd be a daft thing to say, wouldn't it? I guess what I mean is that there's 3 games left that are potentially a lot more winnable than this one. So I'm not going to pinpoint this one as a must win. Although what we are going to do, we're on attacking at the moment. We're going to change it up to the counter. I don't think I play on the counter nearly enough with this team, and I probably should think about doing that more so as Pat Street there as a go. Right, Johnson, corner, played in, and it's just about cleared. Altidal now, though. He's got an option to his right. Conlon, it's a corner, Ben. Why are we doing this? We've seen it 100 times. Oh, look at that. It's cleared and it comes to nothing. Shock. I'm going to go slightly more direct with the passing. I did mention it before that, in transition, we might be able to hit them a little quicker if we can move the ball forward. Norwich and Ipswich, top of the tree. I mean, East Anglia are loving it. Unlucky, boys. Things haven't gone right for us. At half-time, people seem to have chilled a little bit, so we'll see if that makes a difference. I am tempted to make the change in the centre still. Again, Johnson not having a particularly good game, so I'm going to bring in Colin Harvey, I know from Watford, you might recall. I say he's been out for quite a while, so you might have missed him. Change him up to this deep line playmaker role that we had McDonald play before, and let's get out there and try again. Both strikers so far having pretty uneventful games. The way to combat this, Ben, is to change them to positions they might prefer and hope it works. That's the dream. The dream is, I hope it works. What a great dream. Sam Reed's injured. That's come out of nothing. Right, off he comes. Lazaro on. Right then, okay. Goalkeeper injuries, something of this season. Good, loving those. Corner for us though. Harvey to play it in. Holmes is there. Altidal. Renato. Oh, it's blocked. That was a pretty good chance to be fair. 55 minutes gone. Will there be a... I mean, Lazaro is just dead on his line there. There's a corner. We're ignoring it, obviously. It's gone over. Lazaro was just... Look at him. He's so happy to sit right there. Just come out a little bit, Lazaro. Don't... Oh, ball played in. Altidal gets it back and now out wide again. Harvey, the delivery's got to be good, and it's not very good. I mean, Ronaldo Skeet might be coming on just because he's called Ronaldo Skeet. But regardless of that, the ball's played forward. Doesn't quite reach Altidal, though. And now Conlon's on it. Finds a run of Renato. Well to wink as the shot goes in. Just not enough on it. He's on a 6 rating, is Renato. Not really good enough. There's not a massive amount I can do either, to be fair. We can push Conlon on to play in that role for now, and then maybe play Byron McDonnell in this deep role and have Harvey play behind the 2. He hates everything about it. All right, well, Barry can play further forward then. We've got options. I don't know why I've done that. Anyway, we'll carry on regardless, Benny Boy. We need a goal. We're still 1-0 down. It doesn't make a change, really, as they run Altidal off it. All right, we've been on the counter-attack the whole time. For the final 20 minutes, we go back to the attack. See if he can force something. There's a chance here. Shoot, Pierre. Have a go, my friend, as he knocks it in. Falls, does it. Pat Street's there. It's just gone wide. Oh, we're getting a little closer, though, and the highlights are firing forward now. We work it into Casper in the centre. He finds Conlon, who's moved slightly further forward, but technically, remember, very, very good. He's got a lot of experience, too, as Pierre. He's causing all sorts of problems. Altidal's there, and Altidal heads in. And once again, from the jaws of defeat, we might be snatching a draw. 15 minutes to go. Maybe we'll snatch a win, but every point right now is massively important. You can see Pierre there with very thin legs, I've noticed. I mean, I don't know if he's noticed. Goes out to him. First time cross, it might have been a shot. Altidal with a massive header. That's what you want to see from your main man. No Ben Hur, but Altidal steps up when it's most important. We've gone back attacking and we've got ourselves the goal. The question is, with 8 minutes to go, will there be a final twist in the tale? And if it is, it could well be Ipswich as the ball's played in. Oh, it's hit the post. They might start... Oh, do me. Lazaro claims eventually they might start applying a lot more pressure now. I'm going to go back to the counter-attack. We'll see if we can catch them out, essentially. It's Ipswich again, but they're giving it away. Conlon now looks for the run of Altidal. He's got runners all over the place if he can pick one out. Finds Morris, who was quite close. Altidal, though, great run from him. Come on, Severe. But, he's been blocked off by Palacios. And it's Ipswich to pilot forward now. And the touch is very, very good from Aldred. He finds that man there, and Lazaro beaten. Lazar beats Lazaro. And Ipswich, we're going to go back to the attack, I guess. But Ipswich get back ahead in the game. You can see here as it's launched forward. That touch there, flipping it by Aldred. I mean, left for dead, really. And then the ball's put into the back of the net quite simply. And Ipswich back in the lead. Maybe we shouldn't have gone to the counter-attack. I just felt like they were going to have a lot of the ball. And we should try and hit them on the break. But regardless, time's ticked away completely. We had no more highlights. I was expecting something. And it looks as if then that might be that, unless we get a goal right now, which I think is probably unlikely. And there it is then. Thames beaten, which is a shame. 1 point from 2 games. Not ideal when you're chasing the playoffs. But next episode, again, I'll say it again, 2,000 likes and it'll be with you tonight. If not, it'll be there 5 PM tomorrow. But there we go then. I guess that brings us to the end. Barnsley to come. I think we'll play Bournemouth, and I can't remember the other B. So Sam Reed, fractured wrist. He's pretty much out for most of it as well, which is not ideal. McDonald's set for another year on his deal. But you can see there then, Barnsley, Birmingham, and finally Bournemouth. And that, my friends, could be quite the game. Barnsley and Birmingham, I'm going to be honest, games I expect us to win. Maybe not comfortably, but expect us to win. And then Bournemouth in 10th position. If they have a good little spell too, they could be right in there. We are 2 points off the playoffs with a goal difference, which really does hinder us. But this is by no means over. Lots of teams potentially fighting for those top or the sort of 4th, 5th and 6th places. Hopefully you'll join me for it. Again, if you enjoyed the video, please do leave a like. If you want to see some more, subscribe to the channel. And forget to mention, until next time, potentially later on, goodbye. Goodbye. Oh, what about that goal though? Oh my, what about that goal?